Okay, I'm getting my hair dyed for the first time today. There's a really amazing salon that's in San Clemente. It's called Pearl Street Studio. And I've been mutuals with the owner for quite a while now, and they need a hair model, and so it's like, I'll do it. I've never had my hair dyed before, and I'm really nervous, and so I'm going there right now. I'm actually running a little late. I'm super excited. I don't want to make too many changes because I actually really do like my natural hair color, but I'll probably bring out like the blonde a little bit more for summer or something like that. So let's get going. I am obsessed. They did such a good job. I wanted to like, my hair gets so light in the summer that I wanted it to like kind of go ahead of the game and get like it done kind of light throughout. So it's gonna end up, it actually ends up looking kind of like this by the end of the summer. If you ever are in San Clemente and want to get your hair done, go to Pearl Street Studio. They do such a good job. Every stylist there is just incredibly good. I worked with Jay and Kayla and they did amazing. So I'm obsessed. It looks so good.
You can see me?
Yeah. So I've been working for a little bit. I forgot to start recording. And right now we have a newsletter that I'm starting for a friend of mine. That's Dolly's monthly recap. So instead of just sending one out as like a brand, we're utilizing Dolly to like kind of like just talk to the audience and talk to the customer. And I love talking with her because she's super sassy. You might see Giovanni. He's also working on the couch and in the background. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just writing up the newsletter to send over. If you hear banging in the background, they're doing some work next door. So sorry about that. It's just life. So I'm gonna finish this up and then I have a ton of design work to do. So then we're gonna move on to doing that. Okay, so the newsletter is done. Now it's a little bit dark. Now I want to make some lunch.
What?
Be common knowledge, I don't know, but if you're making noodles, the way that you can tell if they're done or not is if they're just like rising to the top. At least with rice noodles, pasta is kind of similar, but with pasta sometimes if it's risen to the top it's actually a little overcooked, but with rice noodles this is a really good indication.
You got my girl. Yeah. Love you. Yeah.
I actually think I'm gonna make a matcha quick. I don't know why I'm so tired today. Honestly, I'm probably dehydrated, so I also have some water. But I'm just gonna do that quick before I go back to work, and then Giovanni and I are going to go to the gym probably around 4. So I have like an hour and 15 minutes to get more design work done. I still have a lot to do though, so I'll probably have to do it when I get home tonight, which kind of sucks, but it'll just be a late night. Okay, I have my matcha, my emotional support water bottle. I'm talking a little bit quieter because Giovanni's taking a nap, so I don't want to wake him up. But Kenzie just texted me about a photo shoot that we had, so I'm just kind of going to go through that. And then I still have a lot of design work to do for client work. When the hair goes up, you know what that means. So it's about 7 o'clock now. We just got back from the gym, then we took the dogs to the park for a little while. We just felt bad because they were inside a lot today. And Giovanni's in the shower, so I'm going to work on one of the designs that is part of the greater collection that I'm working on for these Kindle cases. I kind of need to pick up the pace because these are like, they're coming out in June or July, so they need to be like done tonight. And I need to finish these up. So I'm gonna work on that while he's in the shower, and then when he's out, I'm just gonna cook dinner quick and then actually probably start working again. I really like the way that's turning out so far. I'm really just taking like elements of essentially what's on the bigger pattern that we're making and taking that and just breaking it apart, which if you do ever build collections is something that's helpful to do. If you're looking at something like this, well, everything's not like in the same kind of style because we're doing like a colored toile, and then it's not really a toile, it's like a complex print. But we're doing one that's colored in, which is kind of what I showed you. I'm not gonna show you the final one because they're not out yet, but we're doing that, and then we're doing like singular designs, and then like a simple like graphic pattern. So you always want to have something that everyone's going to buy. So there's always going to be someone who maybe buys some more complex thing because they like the like artistry behind it, or they're drawn to patterns. There's always going to be someone who wants something that's more simple, so you want to make something for them. There's always going to be someone that wants something more uniform. And then there's always going to be someone who wants like something a little bit more detailed. So we're just trying, you want to always hit something for everyone when you're building an overall collection, so that you have a greater chance of someone buying one of your products or buying multiple of your products, because you always also want to have like a bigger end like point of sale. So when you have a variety of different things that still fit in an overall collection, it drives people to buy more and have like that higher price point when they go to check out. So that's kind of always what I think when I'm building out these collections. Now when I'm working with as a freelancer and I'm building products, you might hear my dogs in the background, they're really tired. You can see Bella. Now when I'm building out collections, I'm really only like doing like multiples. Like I'm not doing one-offs anymore. I kind of made that decision. So I'm just starting to get a little burned out. So now when it comes to freelance work, I'm only like kind of designing in bulk, I guess you can say, and these overall products and overall pieces, which I like a lot more. And I like the creative direction behind a lot of it, because that's also something a lot of clients come to me is like figuring out the creative direction behind all the products and like how to kind of position them and how to approach it. So I loved working with Keaton with this, because I got to have you know, she let me have a little bit of like not say, but like input. It's definitely her stuff, but I got to have some input, and it was a very collaborative process, which I really liked. So I'm gonna just work on this a little bit more, and then cook dinner, and probably go back and be up kind of late tonight. To San Diego. I was scrolling on Instagram this morning and I saw that Jason Mraz he doesn't have a coffee shop, but he works with a coffee shop, and a lot of the food is farm to table from his farm. That apparently he lives in Oceanside. Didn't know that. So we're gonna go check it out. Usually it's like a 20-minute drive, but there's some traffic today, so it's gonna be like 45 minutes, but that's fine. It's really pretty out. Giovanni has busted out some sick moves. So we got back from the coffee shop a little while ago. I have some work to do that needs to desperately get done. Finishing up the collection, finally. There's 4 art pieces that I kind of had to do for this, and I'm on the last one, and I got a decent amount done last night. So now I think I can finish it up probably in the next couple hours, and then I have a smaller project I have to do for another client that is actually a little late, so I really need to get that done today. So I'm not feeling that great, so it's probably going to be more of a couch working session than like working at my desk, but we'll see how that goes. And then I'm gonna make some tea and just kind of hang out and chill and relax a little bit.
Do you want cuddle time? Yeah, you love cuddle time. We all know you love your cuddle time. Huh?
So one thing about me, I am very picky about my honey because I grew up right down the street from somewhere that makes their own honey, and whenever I am home, I grab a jar. So this Christmas, I went back and I grabbed one, and it lasted me a while because I don't use honey a lot except for like tea and then sometimes to sweeten like desserts or dishes or something. But I ran out, and so I had my mom send me some more. So whenever I am missing home or wanting just like a little bit of that coziness, I always use my honey from home, and it makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, tea has been made. Now it is time to work on my collection, or not mine, but my client's collection. which I'm excited. It's almost done. This is the last piece that I have to kind of work on and finalize, and then I can send off like the overall collection over to her. Needs to get done because I think she was planning on launching it in June, so we need a really quick turnaround time here. So once that's all done, I'll send it over. I will show you guys a sneak peek. Overall collections can still, the individual pieces can still live on their own, but you want to design each one so that they can live on their own but live together, so maybe people will want to buy multiple and then get that final like point of sale up a little bit higher. So I'm gonna get started on that, sip on my tea, put on a little cozy movie in the background, and just have a really nice afternoon. If you ever want me to like break down and show you kind of like step by step how I make a collection and just do a full video kind of devoted to that, let me know. I love doing vlogs and I love vlog style YouTube videos, but I also know that like a big part of my job is design and art and creative direction, and a lot of people are really interested in that. So if you ever want me to do videos on that, just tell me the topics that you want me to focus on and I'll dive into that. I also have some work for a friend of mine that I probably should get done. I have to update something that we're releasing. I don't know how much I can say on here. Something that we're releasing probably towards like the end of the summer, early fall, and send that off to the manufacturer. I've been putting, whoops, my battery died. I've been putting it off just because I have been having so much other stuff and we've been focusing so much on other projects that we have coming out that it's just been, I've just put it on the back burner, but now I need to kind of get it done now that we're pretty caught up on other projects that we've had. So I'll probably look at that today. It's nothing like super difficult. It's just a little tedious and time consuming, which is why I've been kind of putting it off. So today that's gonna get done and probably sent off to the manufacturer. I'll probably send it off in the morning tomorrow. I just usually, when I do like a lot of manufacturer work, I'll send it out, or like sending off to manufacturers, I'll usually send it out later in the day because they don't usually start working until like, at least ours, 5 o'clock because of the time change. And I even think that's kind of early for them. I think usually like people start working at like 7 over there. So I will sometimes wait until later in the day to send off projects so that it's kind of like top of their email. Or I'll stay up kind of like later just to like kind of chat with them and make sure if we really need a quick response that like we can get a quick response. So that's just something that I probably will do tonight as well. Maybe just like while we're watching like TV or something. It doesn't have to be anything. Like I said, it's not like, it's just tedious. It's not anything that requires a ton of brain power, which is nice. So I'll probably do that. Make dinner. We're having just like a simple dinner tonight. So I'll get that done too. I'm sweating because it is very hot here, but it's actually not that bad. It's just hot in the car. But I'm on Del Mar. I'm going to run into a bakery that I really love. It's a local bakery called Chopin. Everybody comes here and grab a baguette and anything else? No, just a baguette. And then there's an Italian grocery store that I'm going to look and see if they have any prosciutto, because for the recipe I need prosciutto. And then I'm going to make like a recipe social media post and have that be the content for the day and have that go up. And so I need to grab those ingredients and then head back. It's actually pretty late. I got a late start and I slept way too late. I've been having a hard time like sleeping recently, and which means waking up later, which is really bad. So I'm getting a late start. I need to catch up. I have a lot of work to do. I did finish the projects I wanted to yesterday, which is great. And I feel a little bit less stressed kind of going into the week. I did decide I'm probably going to pull back on taking a lot of one-off projects this month and focusing more on like the longer term clients that I have, and the stuff that's kind of been on the fire for a while now, and my own stuff, and just take a little bit of a step back. So I feel relieved about that decision and hopefully it'll help a lot, just like in the stress that I've been feeling and feeling a little bit out of balance, a little out of whack. But for now, let's over to the bakery. Hi, how are you? I think I found the Italian bakery. Sometimes I have a hard time finding it. So I got the feedback back from my client around the Kindle case designs that I'm doing, and it actually wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be, which is great. So I sent her like the overall collection because I finished all 4 of the designs, and the feedback she got was just to add color into one of them and just like a couple of other minor things that just aren't a big deal at all. So I'm adding the color in right now, and she was right. It looks like I've only added like one section in of like it's like a very vintagey kind of vibe, and I can already tell this is it's gonna elevate it so much more. It's the rabbit design. I'll show you guys as I'm going along, but I love it even more, and I really hope that her audience likes it too. She's an influencer, and so she has her own brand too, and this is for her brand, but I really hope they like it, and with the audience and with their vibe, I think that they will, and I'm very excited for this one. I always get excited for products and when they're gonna drop because it's like my art is being brought to life, and obviously that's so cool, but I think that this is like probably one of my favorites because I very rarely get to work on like illustrations. Usually I work on prints and patterns, and those are awesome, and I love them because it's like a puzzle. I get to use like this part of my brain that is very challenged, which is great, but I very rarely get to do just like standalone illustrations, and this is one of the first times, and so not first times, but it's one of the very few times I get to, and I'm really loving it. I think it's so cool. I really hope that everyone likes it. But now I have to take a quick break from that. G-Mine is taking a nap, so I feel a little bit quiet. And make the social media post, which is going to be a recipe. And I'm hungry, so it's gonna be my lunch. The lighting is really bad in the kitchen. I mean, you guys have seen. So I am having to cut in my living room and then bringing everything back and then taking the photos over here. It's like when you need the good lighting. And Bella's over here trying to get a bite. Look how big this baguette is. I don't know how we're gonna eat all of this. I mean, we will, like, twist my arm, but it still smells so good too.
It's often unclear as the
So I just finished the final design edits and sent them off to my client. Hopefully she likes them, and I'm just waiting to hear feedback, but she actually didn't have as much as I thought she did, like I said, so hopefully everything is good to go and I can send them off to the manufacturer. I think I'm gonna sign off for tonight because it is like 6:30 and I want to relax a little bit tonight because I'm trying to relax a little bit more at night and not be working until like 10 or later. So thank you so much for watching this vlog, and I need to go edit it now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is my first one, so I hope that I'll get better from here. I know that it's probably not the best vlog I've ever seen, so if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I am very grateful, and I hope that I can create for you a lot more. See you next time.